How is it happening now? Okay. I got you, Nikki. I'm sharing out now. We are live. I got us live on Facebook. I'm
And
sharing
you
it out.
on it?
I tagged you in, and I'm sharing it right now. Yep, we are live.
Hello,
And
hello.
I can see us live. Oh my goodness. Thank you for being patient with me. Trying to get some people on before we get started.
Absolutely. Is this on your page?
Yes. I'm going to share it to your page. See if I can do it. Maybe I can send it in a message. Okay. Let me go back. Won't figure this thing out. I'll send it to you that way. Did you get it in the instant message?
I did.
Okay. See if I can. Where everybody at? They out partying on a Friday night?
Yes, they are. Well, I just sent it to my girls, so we'll see.
Okay. We'll give it a few more minutes. And I'm going to put... I was trying to get my music on, but... Let's see. Might not be on here. I shared it out in the women's group. People are hanging out. I want to get some live sales going on.
Yep, well, they can purchase later. We can get this rocking and rolling now.
Yeah, I am because we're gonna get them to purchase some stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. This is you definitely gonna have to edit this show. Get all the kinks, get all the kinks out of it. And I normally don't um edit, but we're gonna edit this one. And I just gotta get to my notes. All right. And we're gonna start this off. Okay. All right, so this is all new for me going live. Normally I do pre-recordings for Let's Talk Motivation, but we're gonna go ahead and get started. It is Friday night, and we're gonna get all the kinks out, and we're gonna have a good time. I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Let's Talk Motivation with Mommy's Tea Time, our special show, Tea Time Treasure and Tiding, which is focusing on small businesses, mothers who have small businesses and just want to give a platform and an opportunity for them to get on and talk about their business and make some sales so we can support them through these holiday season. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Um, we have I am Ramika Temple. If you don't know, I am your host of Let's Talk Motivation with Mommy's Tea Time, where we inspire and empower moms to manifest the life that they want. Our guest today is Nicky. I met her through Win Woman Empowerment, which is headed by Tiffany Harris. It is an awesome group, and this is how me and Nicky connected. And she inspired me. I've been watching from afar. Um, she just recently launched her Bomb Lip Gloss business, and it has something to do with what she do with the women, empowerment. So I just want to give you a little brief bio of her and what she's about, and we're going to go ahead and have a little conversation, and we're going to see if we can get some sales for her today. um Let me do that. Nikki is passionate. She's a passionate individual. She defied the expectations in transitioning from a successful corporate career to pursue her true purpose in 2020 as a notary and a coach. In 2022, she swiftly launched her first coaching program, sparking the creation of Bomb Global, an organization dedicated to global leadership development. As an award winning speaker, author, and coach, Nikki's podcast, Building a Leadership Mindset, highlights community leaders while her role as a community leader for Ladies of Legacy Leadership emphasize empowering women. Nikki's up and coming Empower to Inspire kicks off a nationwide tour in January 2024, spreading her empowering message across all 50 states. I would like to welcome Nikki to the show. Thank you for the invite. Do you have anything you want to say to our listeners?
Yes, absolutely. First of all, Ramika, I just want to tell you thank you. Give yourself grace. There's always a start for everything. I'm glad that you created Mommy's Tea Time because as a mom of an 18-year-old now, I didn't get a lot of the first of everything for him, like first walk, first word, first
Mhm.
anything. So for you to support mommies that want to become entrepreneurs and being able to balance um, that out and showcase who they are, what they do, and what they can or what they have to really change the game for women. So I first want to thank you so much. Thank
You're
you so much
welcome.
for my bio. Um,
Yay.
it's been absolutely awesome in just a year, almost going on 2 years, right? Because we're going
Yes.
into the year very, very soon. We just started December 1st, 30
Yes.
days to the new year, and we are rocking and rolling. And in creating what I have today, it was a huge manifestation from long ago, right? 20 years ago when I uh, moved from Chicago to Philadelphia, which was my first leap of faith on I don't know anyone. I don't know what I want to do. I didn't have a clear picture, a clear plan, but I just knew I had to make a change, right?
Yes.
So when I did that and coming into Philadelphia, and again, not having any background, didn't go to college immediately, didn't do all the normal things that we were set to do, right? Go to
Yes.
school, get an education, get a job, and just make sure you pay your bills and make sure you
Uh-huh.
keep your head down and out of trouble.
Yes.
But I knew there was something more to life, that I was always searching for who I am. What do I
Yes.
have to offer? Who do I want to touch throughout my lifetime to make a change, to make a difference? Because I was always looking for some type of inspiration, some type of role model. My mom's my role model. She's amazing.
Yes.
She is my super number one cheerleader. I don't know if anyone has seen that she actually made like an infomercial for my Bomb Global lip
Yes.
balm. So I'll
Yes.
share that in a minute. But
Yes.
yeah, so it was just taking a chance on me and really starting that journey 20 years ago.
Well, I think it's amazing what you're doing. Can you just tell our listeners um how you did the transitioning from corporate to becoming a notary and finding, Lady Boss Bomb lip gloss. Because I think this is important to let our listeners know, because I think that's the difficult part and making the transition. You want to be an entrepreneur, but how do you transition from that 9 to 5 to really focus on what you want to do?
Absolutely. So I worked in corporate America for 14 years. I
Mm.
love what I did, who I worked for. I went through 3 management teams that promised me the world on a silver platter about moving up in the ladder. Um,
Uh-huh.
but it never happened, right? I worked
Yeah.
so hard to create who I wanted to be in this company, and though I was valued to a certain extent, it still wasn't enough to get me up the ladder. And I had to kind of start reflecting and saying, okay, what have I done for myself to gain the expertise that I have gotten? Like, what have I learned in this space that I can go and take it to the marketplace?
Yeah.
So within doing that, I became a realtor first back in 2015 after graduating from Pierce College and getting my degree in health information technology, because I thought they were going to have to drag me out of this company
Okay.
because that's how much I loved it. And I had
Mhm.
relationships with my coworkers, with my management team at work and outside of work. So the relationships were that I was building were pure.
Yeah.
But again, I still had to find my purpose, like my voice. Like, I'm still working for someone else. I'm still creating for someone else. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so in 2020, like right before the pandemic hit, after finding out that realty wasn't for me, because one, I didn't have the time to even market myself. I was working 60 to 80 hours a week,
Yeah.
just on overtime, cleaning up, just making sure that the company and our department was well taken care of. But it was exhausting. It was really
Yeah.
exhausting, like having to work on vacation, having to
Mm-hmm.
weekends. It was just really, really stressful. Again, I love what I did and I knew I can do it.
Right.
but there was still something more. So in 2020, in February of 2020, I joined a multi-level marketing company in the travel space, which I absolutely love.
Mhm.
And I also built a YouTube channel. That's actually where it first started. I built a YouTube channel
Okay.
called Building a Leadership Mindset. And
Okay.
when I built that channel, it actually stood there for 2 years with no extra video except my one video called oh, what was it called? It was like fixed and closed mindsets and kind of breaking that down. And if
Uh-huh.
my hair wasn't done, it wasn't getting done. If my makeup wasn't on, it
Yeah.
wasn't getting done. I was
Yeah.
looking for like perfection, scripting and stuff like that. So it just never got done. So
Mhm.
um in finding the multi-level marketing and the YouTube channel, I then purchased a notary course, but I didn't do anything with it. And then COVID kind of smacked us in the face. And
Mhm.
my aunt from Vegas, who's my notary mentor, she's one of my mentors for coaching and realty,
Mhm.
and she said, "Hey, like, you really need to finish that course because
Mhm.
like the market is booming." So I'm like, "Okay,
It
no
was
problem."
booming. It
It
was.
was,
I know a
yes.
few people. I mean, they had already had their notary license and everything. And I'm like kicking myself, like, because I'm in the mortgage industry too. That's my nine to five. And I remember years ago, my job offered me the program to do it. They'll pay for it, everything. And I just slept on it. And when I saw when it started booming, I was like kicking myself because if you can hear the money that people were making during the pandemic was like crazy. I
Yeah.
just had to like intervene with that because it was booming. And I'm glad you had someone to like say, look, do this
Yeah.
because you need to get on to this.
Yeah. So I took her advice. I went home
Hmm.
that weekend. I finished a course, got commissioned a month later when I took the test because you have to have like a proctor test. And
Yeah.
then from there, she's like become a loan signing agent as well. So I went
Okay.
through the NSA, which is the National Notaries Association, and I got
Hmm.
my loan signing certification. So the time was slow as far as getting everything up to par because, City Hall was closed, all the,
Hmm.
companies were closed. So everything was like through mail and through email. So I
Yeah.
finally got commissioned completely in July.
Okay.
Still working my 9 to 5, and then I
Hmm.
started doing it part time, kind of a little bit here, a little bit there. So with our company having layoffs, I was like crossing my fingers, like, let me go with the severance package and it'll just be much easier. But I still
Right.
had those limiting beliefs like, oh my God, this is secure. I've been here 14 years.
Hmm.
Like, how am I going to do it on my own? So all
Yeah.
those thoughts kept coming in. And obviously, you have your family that you have to think about,
Yes.
that really don't see your vision, and they're
Hmm.
so used to what's going
Right.
on.
Right.
So I had to make a decision in September. I told my manager, my supervisor at the time, and I said, "Hey, I'm just going to take a week off the last week of
Hmm.
September, and I'm going to test this notary stuff up, and I will let you know on Monday morning what I have decided." So,
Okay.
mind you, I go for 1 week and I work an 18-hour work week, and I make my first $1,600. So I'm like, okay, this is like a no brainer, but I still had those thoughts in my head like, oh my goodness, I just can't do this yet. You know
Uh-huh.
what? I'm going to
Uh-huh.
stay to the end of the year because I was working on a huge project, or I'm
Yes.
going to stay until I complete 15 years and then I'll leave. But
Mm-hmm.
if I did that, it was never going to happen.
Right.
So I logged in that morning and I looked at my computer, and there was just something like in my spirit, like I just didn't know what it was. So I signed
Mm-hmm.
on and I heard God tell me, if not now, when? And mind you, I had been talking about inspiring, motivating, because
Yeah.
as a corporate trainer, I did that already, right? I always
Yeah.
had to get people out of their heads like, you can do this. You can
Mm-hmm.
learn these processes. You can get through the day, building morale in the in our call center, like right in the company, like I can do this elsewhere. So when I heard God tell me, if not now, when, I turned in my resignation letter so quickly.
Yes.
And I just went on a leap of faith and I said, you know what? I'm done. I'm starting to
Mm.
work for me. So I finally gave myself permission to succeed.
Yeah.
Was it easy? No. Has it been the absolute biggest blessing of my life? Absolutely. Because you know what? I was determined. Once I made, because you can always make a decision, but if you
Mm-hmm.
don't take action, the decision doesn't even matter. It's
Yes.
really just a thought at that point.
Yes.
So I just ran with it. I did it for 2 years until people
Mm-hmm.
started asking me, like, hey, how do you become a notary? I see that
Mm-hmm.
you're doing amazing things. I always see you on the
Mm-hmm.
road and I see
Mm-hmm.
you traveling, because all of 2021, because I finally gave myself permission to succeed, I didn't have to ask anybody to take a
Right.
vacation,
Right.
to get to the
Right.
doctor's office or anything like
Mm-hmm.
that. So what I
Mm-hmm.
did was, people ask me like, hey, how do you do it? And I'm like, well, this is what you do. So I would send them an email and just say, hey,
Mm-hmm.
this is the website. They're like,
Mm-hmm.
no, Nikki. And I said, God, are you telling me something again? And
Mm-hmm.
he's
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, you need to build a course. And I did. And I enrolled my first 5 people. And then to
Nice.
date, I'm about to graduate someone tomorrow. So this weekend, so I'll have
Sweet.
23 graduates in my alumni program in 2 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That is, I just want to speak on the part where having an ear to hear God. And sometimes we ignore that. When we're asking God, what is our next? And He's telling us to move, but we don't hear Him because we're envisioning it to happen a certain way. And I like that you said when you heard Him, you moved. And just think, if you didn't move,
Mhm.
where would you be now? Because let me tell you, y'all, Nikki is doing it, okay? And she's doing it while helping so many women. And if she didn't listen to that voice, where would those women be? Where would the 23 women be for the notary? And we haven't even talked about her leadership um, with the women who are speaking all over the country. Um, what would happen to all of those women if she didn't move and pivot and hear God's word? So I think one of the things when we're talking about transitioning um, from your 9 to 5 to working your business is being able to pivot when you're supposed to move. And that just stood out to me when you said you just heard him and you moved. That's just so amazing. Um, how God has blessed you in 3 years
Yeah.
because of your yes.
Yes.
It's just a blessing in itself. Um, let's talk about the leadership. Let's talk about the leadership because
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm
So
excited to talk about that.
absolutely. So again, if I did not, use the notary as the vehicle out the door, um, and actually jumping into this MLM space in the travel space, because I actually met my publisher through one of our national conventions that we had in Texas, and he asked me, "What's your story?" And when I told him what my story was, which was what I just said, he um he said, you have to tell it. So that was the hugest transition that actually took place, because someone took the time to ask me, and that was Emilio Roman and Daniela Roman with Ama. And in that, I went to my first, and the whole reason why I joined the MLM was to get on stage, because as a corporate trainer, I love to motivate, I love to inspire. So I figured, if I can hit a rank that would get me on that stage to empower people all over the world, that was like the number one goal. I love what I did there, but it wasn't enough for me to really, I didn't get my foot wet enough to say, hey, this is going to be me. This is my purpose. So I used it mostly for myself as a membership and taking the benefits of that into the learning development and creating that. So the main thing I wanted to do is get on stages. So my publisher, which wasn't my publisher at the time, asked me what my story was, which is crazy because when he told me you have to tell it, I remembered of my little girl dream that I had many, many moons ago. And that was when I had said, I'm going to write a book by the age of 40. So here I am, 2022, just
Mm-hmm.
turned 40 in March. I speak to him in April. I asked him, when is the book gonna launch? He says the book is gonna launch in January of 2023. So it was just this year that my book
Mm-hmm.
um, launched.
Yeah.
And I said, that's perfect. I get to knock off a goal that I had from many, many moons ago, and I never gave up. And this was the guiding light that I needed to get everything started and put all the missing pieces together.
Yeah.
So with that, I went into starting my podcast, which I realized that I had manifested 2 years before the name of my book,
For you too.
the
Mm-hmm.
name of my business, the name of my podcast, which was
Yeah.
like mind blowing when you think about it after the fact, because you never know why you're doing what you're doing at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you want to do with it, but you don't know what it's going to manifest into.
Yes.
So when you take action and you just do it and you let God do everything else around you, it is just easier.
It's-
It's so much
Yes.
easier to
It
just
definitely is.
listen and act.
Yes.
So with that, I decided, I was in all these communities. I started joining masterminds and going to more events and getting on more stages. And I said, hey, this is what I needed, right? So as a sponge, as I always am, always soaking everything in, creating my own, developing how Nicky could do exactly the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So September, which was what, 2 years later from the time I left, or that I was transitioning, I was actually building Ladies of Leadership. So I had my first info session like in September, October. I went to another event, Flashpoint. That's when I actually announced it. Some of the girls that I have met online, we were actually in person and we had such a breakthrough and we built such a bond that when I launched it in November, they're like, I'm all in. And we started growing from there. And I initially started it because I wanted a sisterhood, because I've heard so many people say, I don't have girlfriends.
Yeah.
Like there's so much drama, there's so much
Yeah.
competition.
Yes.
And I'm like,
Yes.
no, that is not what this is going to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
We are going to create something beautiful. And I did not want it to be just about me sharing my expertise, not just about me sharing what I did to get out, because I'm still a learner first. So when I
Yes.
built the community, I said, you know what? It's going to be about them, what they're looking for, their growth. I was able to do
Yes.
this in just a year, right? Well, 3 years if we count the notary stuff, but in this
Mm-hmm.
space, I said
Yes.
I was able to build that actually in 9 months, if I'm really being honest. In
Mm-hmm.
9 months to transition, every month something new was coming out because I
Yes.
took action. An idea came in and I said, okay, how am I going to make it work? I took the time, I developed it. And then I said, let's do this. So in
Yes.
2023, when the book came out in January and February, I'm like, oh my goodness, I need to launch my business. I need to
Yes.
rebrand because I'm growing so fast that I
Yes.
want this to be global.
Yes.
So I
Yeah.
changed building a leadership mindset. I lowered it down to bomb. But all this time, I knew that bomb was a lip balm. Even when I started the podcast and
Mm-hmm.
when I went to my first, and God does not do anything by accident. I went to
I
my
know.
first event, and at that event, I actually met my partner that actually has the Besitos line, which is Elena Rodriguez.
Okay.
And her lips were always popping. I seen her on flyers, I seen her on videos. And we knew something was going to happen, but we didn't know when. And we were, we were building at the same time. So I was just supporting her, rooting her on. She
Yes,
was supporting me, rooting me on. And as we do with all our women, I'm like, okay, we need to do something together. So we build Empower to Inspire. We officially launched Bomb Global, which is our mission is to build leaders globally. And
yes,
now with that one, I said, okay, we got to take it on tour. We have to go to all 50 states. And what I
yes,
really wanted to share was my 1 year story that it took me to get to where I'm at today, because it was all about building relationships. It was
yes,
about authentic community. It was never about a transaction. Yes, we had to make money through our
yes,
journey, but it was
yes,
all about how can I take you to the next level while I'm leveling up, while we
yes.
can do it together. How can we share the expertise? And it
Mm-hmm.
has been the most beautiful journey that I am just so grateful for how much these ladies pour into themselves, into
Yes,
me, and I
yes,
can do for them. And there's just so much going on for 2024. I can't even get into that. But we launched Lady Boss Bomb because everything has a story, everything falls into place.
yes, yes,
Because when I started my MLM company, uh, one of my upline seen that I had locked in like 6 people like in a week,
mm-hmm.
and they were like, Nikki, you're just such a lady boss.
Uh-huh.
So when I came up with the bomb, I said, I'm going to call it Lady Boss
They talk
Bomb. And
to
that's what
you.
these are right here. They are the most cutest things. And we got them
Yeah,
branded. So they're purple and pink. We have
yes,
grape and strawberry. And
yes,
we actually lost because the men were like, hey, we need to get our lips moisturized too. So we
yes,
actually just launched on our website Boss Balm, and they're in blue, which is a orange flavor, and there is a vanilla flavor in white. So there's going to be 2 more of these, and they're actually coming in soon. And what I love about it, it actually looks like the dome from my globe. And it's just Elena. She's just such a genius. She's with Besitos Beauty. And if you want to know anything about what Bomb Global is doing, what we have going on, our ladies group, our Empower to Inspire, our tour, we're actually kicking it off in January 20th. Um, 2024 in San Antonio, Texas. So if you are there and you want to see what we have going on, whether a guest, whether a speaker, we're taking applications. We are gonna take over the world and we're not stopping, like not one bit. My ladies have so many things coming up and I'm just so happy that I can support them. And we also, with every lady boss bomb that you get, you actually get a free community with that we are inspiring, and we're actually going to go through our lady boss framework. So these are 950. You can get them on the website www.buildingaleadershipmindset.com. It's under the Bomb by Besitos tabs, but we have so many tabs. You can learn everything about who we are, what we do. And it's just amazing when you really give yourself that time to really find your purpose and live in your purpose on purpose. That's my next mission. We have a This Is Me 5-day masterclass that we're hosting in about 2 weeks. If you want to know about that and how you can join that, that actually comes with the Lady Boss Balm as well. So we're just excited. We're just excited about empowering women and really giving them the platform to showcase, because there's so many communities that we're in and we don't really get the time to speak, the time to get on stages. We may get a podcast, we may get some value, but what Bomb Global is doing differently is that we're genuinely showcasing our ladies, what they're doing. We're helping them with their marketing. We're
yes,
helping them get the word out, how to bring the business together as a whole from start to finish. It's truly a coaching within the membership. And then there's other additional opportunities. And we're just lady bossing it all up for
yes.
2024.
Yes, you are. I mean, I'm telling you, the lineup that she had for the speakers is like incredible. That's what caught my attention. I want to say that really caught my attention. I have, I think I had a conversation with Nikki. I think our talk was only supposed to be for 30 minutes, and I think we were on there like over an hour.
I love
Because
Nicky.
yeah, because the when she talks about building relationships and how it's organic, it really was organic. Like the conversation was not forced. um I believe that is a divine connection. um when she said she was looking for a sisterhood, I definitely was looking for a sisterhood too. And because of Tiffany Harris, yes, and her reaching out to me to come to become part of When Woman Empowerment, it connected me to Nikki. And some of the divisions that Nikki had aligns with what I want to do. So I'm excited to be connected to her. I don't know all that she has in store for 2024, but I'm looking forward to it. Being coached by her. God has really have been putting people in my path because I said yes. Um, some of her story and how she was explaining how things she had put together 2 years ago. And because of her yes, all those things were coming to pass. And when God do it, he does it easy. Um, let's talk motivation. I said to my listeners, I tried this in 2017. I let it go because it was just too much for me. My kids were little. I put it down, but guess what? God wouldn't let me put it down because here in 2023, June 2023, June 4th to be exact, I launched the Let's Talk Motivation with Mommies Teatime podcast. And it's definitely been easy, smooth selling. Um, just how Nikki said how God connected her with all the people that she needed to start with her leadership. I feel like God is doing the same thing with me. He's connecting me with the people that I need to be connected with to get me where I need to be. So I'm excited to and I look forward to working with Nikki. But we want to sell some bomb lip gloss. So I want you guys to go to her website. I do have it listed here on here. In order support her purpose and what Lady Boss I can't even get it.
Lady Boss Bomb. Yes, I know.
Lip gloss. You know, it's gonna go global. I already know it is. She's already got a ton of support. I think she had already sold out a couple of weeks ago. Um, with the strawberry
With the
lip balm.
strawberry. Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, she people are supporting. So I'm using this platform, my platform. I want you guys to support her. I think it's 9.50 for the lip balm. If you purchase, please take a picture, tag Mommy's Tea Time, tag Nikki in it. We want to support her. You can if you tune in for the replay, you can watch this on YouTube, Facebook Live, and it also will be uploaded on all podcast platforms. So you want to support this and share with as many people as you know. Let everybody know about Lady Boss Bomb Lip Gloss. And I thank you, Nikki, for coming on and supporting Let's Talk Motivation with Mommy's Tea Time. And I'm just excited. I'm excited about 2024. I am excited about Let's Talk Motivation with Mommy's Tea Time. I already know Nikki is going to push me to the,
Yes.
not
Yes.
to the limit, but she's going to push me to where I need to be. Our conversation that we had was awesome, and I'm excited about it. Um, Yes, I just want you guys to purchase, support. This is what Let's Talk Motivation with Mommy Tea Time is about. It's about supporting small business, supporting moms who are in business, and let them know to keep going, keep going. You manifest this, you keep going. God got you. You put God first, and God will lead you every step of the way. Because Nikki said yes, her business has flourished within 3 years because she said yes, and she has helped so many women, so many women. I'm telling you, if you can see her leadership of leaders, of women that are speaking, and I believe men too, that are going to speak in 2024 all over this country, is just amazing. Your testimony is awesome. I'm not going to hold you too long. I'm going to order my lip balm because I like my lips to be popping too.
Yes. Yes, I had to put some on today because it was cold. I was taking my parents
Yes,
to some do some errands, and I'm like, I have one in my pocket, I have one on my
yes,
desk, one in my
yes,
room. And I
yes.
had to pay for them myself. So I paid for my own.
Yes, I did the
It's
same thing.
yes.
I
And
bought it for myself.
also my mom, it was so funny because my mom was like, she wanted some, right? She's like, I want like two of each. I said, Mom, you can
Mhm.
get one of each, because I still have to sell the other one. She's like,
Yeah.
well, I'm paying too. I'm like, I know. She was like, I got you, girl. So she did a
Yeah.
nice commercial. But I do want to shout out Tiffany Harris because I actually
Yeah.
met her when this all started for us, where she won the trophy because her story was powerful. I absolutely love her to pieces.
Yeah.
And and this is the perfect example. I have to share this testimony on her saying yes to her as well, because when I launched Ladies of Leadership, she was actually in transition to build her own community, right?
Mhm.
And she supported me from day one. And when I seen her launch her community, I said, I have to be a part of it. Like, I just because I have my own doesn't mean
Yeah.
I can't support everyone,
Mm.
but I can definitely support her because she was there from the very beginning. And what I love about it is that there's so many times that we tell ourselves, I'm not going to do it because everybody's doing it. Who
Yes.
cares if everyone's
Yes.
doing it? Do it your way. You are
Yes.
only you. No one can
Yes.
match who you are. Like,
Yes. Yes.
take that and run with it.
Yes.
There's no one else that has Mommy's Tea Time, but you did it, Ramika, and I'm so
Yes.
proud of
Thank
you.
you.
Like, that's
Thank you.
awesome. And we all
Yeah.
have room to grow. Like, I have
Yes.
not arrived. I am enjoying the process, enjoying the
Yes.
journey. Has it been easy these 3 years? No, because there's
Mm.
still those inner voices that come in that try to sneak in.
Oh
I
yeah.
call her my inner hater. And I have to
Mhm.
sometimes I have to sit her down and be like, we're not doing this. Like,
Yes.
you are not going to get in my head. Sometimes I'm in my
Yes.
office and I'm talking to myself. That's okay. Know
Yes.
you can, and you're deserving of every ounce of
Yes.
abundance in your life. That
Yes.
is this lip balm, this Lady Boss balm, is not just to moisturize your lips, which it does a really good job. It is
Yes.
to give you the confidence that
Yes.
you are that lady boss in your life, that
Yes.
you are going to take control, that you are going to showcase the confidence. And when you walk into any room, you are demanding the presence. Like, it's
Yes.
time for us women to lock arms together and dominate these stages, these events, these masterminds that have been led for men from men for a long time.
Yes.
And we are on that mission. We support the men. They're great. I have two men coaches.
Yes.
It's all about getting those coaches in your life, but
Mhm.
I also have women coaches too.
Yes.
And you kind of need a few for a little bit of everything, right? So I
Mhm.
just want to empower you and just leave you with,
Yes.
if you get that download, that urge, that sense that
Yes.
you want to do more,
Yes.
do more,
Yes.
do more, because that's what we're here for. So
Yes.
I'll leave you
Yes.
with that.
That is awesome because normally at the end of the show we leave with an affirmation, and I think that was just perfect, to leave with our listeners and with me. Thank you, for inspiring and empowering me. You never know who's watching from afar and who you are inspiring. So just keep going, and keep doing what God told you to do, and everything will fall into place. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to our first Tea Time Treasure and Tidings, supporting small businesses. And I'm happy to say that Nikki is my first guest. So
I'm so
we're gonna be
excited.
yeah, so we're gonna be doing this every Friday up until the holiday, and maybe we may do it for 2024. Look. We're
We
gonna
can
see
make
how
a
this
holiday
goes.
every Friday.
Right. So we're gonna see how this go, and I'm excited about it. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you want to catch some of our episodes, we've done 20 episodes. I'm so proud of myself. From my
Congratulations.
research, they said most people quit after their 10th episode. So I'm just thinking, guys, that we made it to our 20th episode. So you can go on all the podcast platforms. You can listen to the replays, stream, subscribe, put a comment, give us some stars. We're also on YouTube too. I gotta get my YouTube page up. We're on YouTube. And again, thank you guys for listening in. Happy holidays. Remember to support small businesses, especially moms who are in business. Thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk Motivation with Mommy Tea Time. And we will see you next Friday at 7 p.m. Bye, guys.
Bye.